game, and the first group, an absolute surprise already. Hehe is out. They lost their games. Kompas lost the first one, won against Hehe, and now they find themselves against Balkan Bears, which are, at least according to some viewers, the absolute favorites, and it's pretty amazing to see this. So I'm looking forward to this game. Anyway, I hope you tuned in here. We are Half TV. I'm Half myself, and with me is Coucher. It's the last game of the day, so excuse us if we're sounding tired and we are talking more bullshit than usual. It's all good. It's all good. We're fine. I hope it's entertaining, and let's go in there. The bands begin. And your microphone is muted.
Anyway, Nyx Assassin being the first pick by Balkan Bears, actually leaving open the Lycan as well as the Pathrider to be picked up by Kompas Gaming if they so wish. Although last game they didn't go for either pick, so I mean Kompas Gaming can go for anything really, because they don't go for usual drafts. They go for something different, like a Witch Doctor last game.
Yeah,
so hoping
definitely
to see something new again.
I mean, the Invoker, the AA, and the Ember, and also the Nyx pick, they're according to meta, so I expect the Batrider now coming out for Kompas Gaming. That would go at least according to meta, but last game, I think in the first game, they also had this option to go for the Batrider, and they choose a Clockwork instead, which didn't work out at all. So both teams apparently not picking according to the highest, I don't know, probability according to the stats. So let's see what's coming out of here.
Yeah, I think they might pick up a Nature's Prophet though. All 3 games in a row, they have taken a lot of time deciding on their first picks. Last game though, they did pick up the Nature's Prophet and it was quite a huge success for them. So it wouldn't surprise me to see them going for it once again.
Yep, definitely. And we saw this last game already, they take their overtime. Like, I think at the third pick or so, the team was already... was it even Kompas or Hehe as well? They also waited a long time. Like, they were out of their bonus time completely. So the last picks had to be done within split seconds pretty much. Or like the normal given time. But yeah, we see the same thing. Kompas Gaming, they want to nail this. Like, they had a bumpy start, but now, yeah, they won against Hehe, and I hope this gave them some uplift, like even in, you know, in moral, because yeah, I mean, they just beat Hehe, and that will tell them, hey guys, like, when we beat them, we can go for Balkan Bears as well.
Yeah, and given the fact that Balkan Bears just played against House of Gamers, which Kompas Gaming already faced beforehand, I'm guessing that Kompas Gaming got some boost in morale just for the fact that it wasn't like a fluke that House of Gamers was actually bad and they won against Kompas Gaming by luck or something. They are already through to the playoffs, so Kompas Gaming, I think they are ready to take this game.
Yeah, definitely. And Kompas, Clockwork Maiden, man, like, I don't know, but it is, I mean, it's, this team prefers the Clockwork over the Batrider, so the Batrider would have been still in there, but they don't go for it. They prefer the Clockwork. And we had this in game 1, and it didn't work out, so I'm actually surprised they go for the Clockwork again, because I think, I don't know, he did quite well on his offline, but like then the hook shots and the combination with the Slark they had, it just didn't work out. There was not enough synergy and also not enough team play up for it. So I just hope this time the Clockwork will establish like more of an impact in this game. But in the meantime, we see Balkan Bears picking the Luna. We had something similar last game where the Luna was picked in the first pick rotation. It was even the first pick, I think. So where very early the calls come out, which is kind of dangerous because you can build like counter heroes picks against these, but then again, a Luna, there's not really something you can counter her with.
Yeah, that's the nice thing about that hero, because, well, the only thing about her is that she's somewhat squishy in the start, but once she gets a couple of items going, maybe 8 drums, maybe just the Ring of Aquila, she will be pretty fine and can just dish out both the right click damage with the Lunar Blessing as well as the Lucent Beam Magic Harass.
Yep, definitely. And what do we see? The Venomancer, the Tinker, has been banned, so just in case Kompas wants to get the Tinker, if Balkan Bears go for more push, the Tinker would be out. The Venomancer, well, it's a legit one, but still, like, I don't know. I didn't see it coming there, to be honest, for Kompas Gaming because they have better options at the moment. But Kompas Gaming takes out the Storm and takes out the Bane, so there's a strong mid hero gone, and of course the Bane is gone as well in case they want to have any synergy with the Bane. For example, Nightmare into Impale. Maybe they even would pick a Mirana, which would not be too bad after all. But in the meantime, we see a beep beep.
Yeah, the IO picked up, so I'm just hoping that the IO will get a normal partner for him, not some completely random hero, because otherwise the IO pick is kind of a waste. Sure, it can be used just to relocate tether somebody out to safety, but that's not something you pick up an IO for. You use it to go actually aggressive, not on the defensive.
Yep,
So
definitely.
I'm
But
just hoping for something big, maybe even like a tiny, or
tiny.
the Centaur Slardar could be possible.
Yep.
But well, even the CK, I mean, it might come out.
I mean, the Dazzle is already banned out, so Kompas Gaming, I don't know, a Dazzle IO Slaughter would have been nice, but then as the Slaughter as a single core, I don't know. Like, what I always like is the traditional IO combinations. Of course, CK Tiny would be the first guess there, but then recently we saw the IO, I don't know, grouping with so many things, with Embers, with Centaurs, with, with Slaughter, and also IOs that where we were waiting for like the synergy pick for the IO couple, but it didn't came out. And well, Balkan Bears, they go for the puck, which is actually a pretty nice setup, simply for the reason that the Dream Coil in a team fight is pretty dangerous. It holds all the people in place. Then the Luna comes in. It's also a nice setup for the Impale that might come out. But yeah, the Luna plusing the Luna Claves plus the combination of Dream Coil, you know, keeping the people just close together. It is a really nice setup. I like it.
Yeah, the puck really is a nice pick, especially against the IO, like you said, keeping everybody in place. And I'd really like to see a Disruptor picked up as a secondary support for Balkan Bears now. I mean, Crystal Maiden, super squishy, as is the IO. And yeah, they Kompas Gaming, they do go for the tiny. But what I was trying to say, the Disruptor, just glimpse one of the targets that IO brings with him back, usually the carry that the IO brings, just glimpse him back to his own lane, kill off the IO, and be happy with it. But it can also be used, of course, with chasing, just bringing a hero back and killing him off, or also sending the Clockwork back once he hookshots in.
Yep, definitely. And yep, we see the tiny coming out there. What do you say? Like, say something about it. I wanna hear your opinion on this one.
Well, it gives them some burst damage, but the right click damage won't be online for quite some time. And I'm just afraid that the IO will die too fast for him to actually be able to help the tiny do anything.
Yep, that's exactly what I'm afraid of. I think the IO might be up for all the relocates. Maybe the tiny even gets something, but we look at the Timber, a puck. Alone, this is such a dangerous thing for the IO. Then a Luna and a Nyx on top of it. So that IO is definitely gonna be in trouble when there is a relocate bait, for example. Then I don't know, and the problem is we have IO on the pitch and the Crystal Maiden at the same time, so two really squishy heroes. That means Kompas Gaming, they have to really go for a clumped up gaming where they have to, I don't know, like they must not get caught out by this. And the Timber must not get any decent farm, because the Timber will rape through Crystal Maiden and IO without any problem.
Yeah, indeed, you will. Like, what is the mid laner that Kompas Gaming will actually go for now?
I don't know, like we see the OD coming out by Balkan Bears, so that was like something they want to get rid of because the pack would have been in trouble versus OD in mid, and the OD probably would have even fit there, but it is it's a Brewmaster. Okay, like, I mean, why not? The Brewmaster is pretty much immune to all those nukes that come out by the Timbersaw, if he of course gets his ultimate off. But then again, we have the Nyx Assassin, Vendetta into Impale, into the Puck Silence, and he dies before the ultimate comes out. This is what I'm afraid of, pretty much. So, but if it works out, the Brewmaster with the Arganim Scepter, that's the double bash. We have the normal stun out, of course, the normal the Flame Aura coming out. and it's a nice setup for Tiny to get in there and munch something. So it could work out, but it could go horribly wrong. Since this is best of two, best of one, I don't know. It is a crazy draft for the fact that everything has to be alright, everything has to work out. Anyway, we still go for fast introduction of the team. We have this time Artis is on the Tiny. His little partner will be Jean on the IO. Unstable. He changed from Earthshaker to, what was the other game? Rasta, right?
Might have been, who
Yeah,
knows?
and now he's the Crystal Maiden. We have Pukan on the Clockwork, and last but not least we have Jet in the mid on the Panda.
And for Balkan Bears, taking the dire side, Space Y up on the Nyx Assassin, with Mitza playing the Luna, and the third on the tri lane will be a stand-in, Dr. Man.
Dr. Man.
And another stand-in, Licious up on the puck, and the last one will be the safe lane Timber, so played by Karag.
Kara
Karak.
K. Just
Karak.
call him Kara K. That sounds so
K.
gangster.
Oh,
Kara
yeah.
K. Anyway, we have the first ward coming out, and it is a pretty interesting ward because it gives them vision into, like, if they pull, and it's a pretty unconventional ward. Usually we see the wards at the moment coming out here, either in this spot or in this spot, like, even though this spot mostly gets dewarded pretty fast, and the other ward coming out for the Radiant side is a traditional ward, giving nice vision here to the top rune, and the second observer ward for Balkan Bears is just the same, just giving vision to the bottom rune. And at the moment, yeah, they hold back with their second observer ward so far. We're gonna see try versus try. The Panda will face the stand-in Licious here, and the Clockwork is already going for the hunt. He has a haste drone, and he's gonna go versus the Timber. And the problem with this lane is he has to keep him out of mana, or at level 3 or latest at level 5 he's gonna get in big trouble.
Yeah, indeed. This Whirling Death will be indeed the death of the Clockwork. He uses the Cogs, but he catches the Timbersaw with him. Timbersaw went for reactive armor first, so he should be able to just right-click battle with the Clockwork quite efficiently. And actually this ward, I wanted to mention that the Observer ward blocking the pull camp, it used to be a rather common one before like TI2,
Yeah,
but
true.
after that nobody has actually used it. And Impale misses unfortunately by Space Y. There's goes the Avalanche. Do they have the toss as well? No, they don't. They just go with some right clicks on the Shadow Shaman, forcing out the consumables.
Yep, but it's nice, like, it's a nice harass, he got quite some damage there. Also, like, this time he actually lands the Impale, but still it's all just forth and back harass, and at the moment, I mean, with...
Top lane, there's some epic battle going on actually. Opa really low. There's the Whirling Death, but the salve from the Clockwork comes out and he runs away.
Yep, and the Timber just has, yeah, well, he has mana for 2 more Whirling Deaths, so I don't know, the Clockwork already in trouble, at least a bit. But he's gonna get level now from this almost double, no, this is a triple wave coming out. Oh, and bottom lane, they go for the Tiny.
Yeah, they're gonna get the first blood. Nicely done, the Nyx Assassin grabs that. He tanks the tower a little bit.
Yep, the first blood goes to Balkan Bear, so little head start there. And unfortunately, the Crystal Maiden was not in range. She could have done something about it, at least get a return kill on someone, but till she actually arrived there, everything was over.
Yeah, she was just stacking up the jungle and farming it, getting the level 2 for the Arcane Aura for everybody else to have a slightly better time on their own lanes. But thanks to that, they just... Well, it's not like they lost the lane already because it's 2.5 minutes in, but they're definitely at a disadvantage here, especially because Tiny is a melee hero.
Yep, and Luna also getting the first blood as in gold. That's really important because the Luna farm is pretty much what's determining this game, because everything else can fall apart in like fights that are not too optimal. But now the Luna, the problem is that this tri lane, at least we thought it's a tri lane, it's not really a tri lane because the Maiden is doing a stacking slash, no, actually she's not even stacking, she's farming herself, and I don't know if I agree with this because at the moment it is just a dual lane, and they're under pressure. The Tiny is not getting any CS. We look at the Tiny that has 7 and 2, and the Luna is 14 and 5. So the Luna is looking at the double of the farm, and the Maiden is just happy farming in the jungle. I don't know if this is a wise decision.
Yeah, at the moment, I mean, really giving Luna something and Tiny getting nothing. It's not the best for them. The thing that they might do is just stack up the jungle, stack up the ancients, and once the Tiny finally gets the Aghanims, just flash farm them away. That's like one way to come back, or maybe even not the Aghanims, just Avalanche Toss combination actually takes care of most creeps when it's maxed out.
Yep, and there's actually now a bottle coming on the Timber, so he can definitely prevail on the lane. I don't know, there is nothing coming yet for the Clockwork. No, there's nothing coming yet. And I hope this time he actually plays with a stick. He went for Orb of Venom. Okay.
Yeah, that's weird. Oh, there's a smoke coming out. They're gonna find Unstable. There's the Impale, but they stagger the stuns. They do have the Hex still, and the Ether Shock. It should be enough, and yes, it is.
I wonder if this is also gonna be like the Ether Shock strategy. Oh, on top, like again, they're in trouble. But Timber is absolutely out of mana. But still, the Clockwork is out of regeneration. It's not looking good. And the Crystal Maiden, who farmed all the time in the jungle, is now being dead. The Trilane is not the Trilane anymore. It's... I don't know. Like, I'm not really happy with Kompas' laning setup at the moment. It just doesn't work out except for mid.
Yeah, thank God that the mid is working out and quite successful as well. He's 7 last hits head, but they want to go on the Tiny. There's the Avalanche actually coming out with the Toss. They gonna get the counter kill or the Shadow Shaman. Another right click. They do get it finally. Io dropping really low as well, but so is Space by Unstable. Is there Frostbite cooling down? But the boots on Nyx Assassin allowing him to survive at the moment. He's gonna wrap around, but Chan should get a few right clicks. There's the slow from the Tether, and Tiny grabs the kill.
So finally, Kompas getting on the kill score there. Really nice play, even though I thought he's gonna wait till the next Avalanche is gonna be there, but he decided to go for a level 1 toss, which did not kill the Nyx Assassin there. So I don't know, maybe not the best decision, but he thought like, oh, maybe it's enough, and they went for it. Anyway, they get 2 kills there, try versus try, and that brings them back into the game.
Yeah, that's exactly what they needed. They do need more of that though, because the Tiny isn't getting any last hits, but they definitely had a start with it. And now Brewmaster is level 6, he's just bottle crowing, even has a salve if really necessary.
Yeah, but he has to be really careful though, because the puck
oh, top lane the Timbers are dropping really low. The hookshot is used and Hukan gets the kill.
Yeah, really nice. The Timbersaw was really low mana, and yeah, he just got him.
Yeah, and bottom lane Luna's going down.
Okay.
Wow. Kompas Gaming just turning on a whole new leaf. They were like, okay guys, this is going really bad, and now Unstable is about to go down. The Impale does hit on the edge, Illusory Orb gets the kill for Delicious.
Yep, so at least the Balkan Bears get something out of it. Again, again the poor Crystal Maiden just wants to hunt for a little rune there, but she's not getting it. Instead, who took the rune? Did she deny it at least? Yeah, she denied it. There's nothing in...
No, it was invisibility. Nyx Assassin took it at the start.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, I don't even know who's having the upper hand at the moment. When it comes to late game, I'd say it's slightly better for Balkan Bears.
Yeah, simply because of the Luna. But then again, if it really goes late, super late game, then you still have the Tiny Aghanim Scepter Manta build coming out with the IO relocate, even on buildings. You can just... Oh, in mid, they engaged on the puck.
Yeah, they might get the kill. There's a Thunderclap. They need a few more right clicks. Puck used the Dream Coil with the last of his mana in hopes of surviving. But
I like how he 3 times. Oh, and bottom lane. They want to go for something. They go actually for the Luna instead.
The Luna might go down. There's the Frostbite. They get the kill. Aya goes down in return. There's a sheep on Tiny. The spells are cooling down. A few more right clicks. Avalanche. Yeah, that should be the kill. They get it, and Tiny, can he escape? There's the Whirling Death. Together with the Chakram, and that's the kill. And I think Crystal Maiden might be in trouble as well.
Yep.
Is there enough mana on Timber? So there's the Timber Chain coming out. He's bottling in between.
The next Whirling
He
Death.
needs the Chakram, and yeah, if you right click, should finish the shot. But Io is there with the extra movement speed. But Lucent Beam, just too much burst damage coming out.
Yep, really nice rotation there by the Timber. But they might want to go for more. But the Panda doesn't have the dagger yet. He needs the dagger, and now they're in trouble. Because the puck rotated as well. But... Oh, he... Ah, the Dreamcoat was already used, yeah.
Yeah.
He used it in mid to escape. But by the way, in mid I wanted to say it was really nice play by the Brewmaster. He interrupted the Thunderclap like about 3 or 4 times, so the puck wasn't really sure, and then eventually he had to use the phase shift, and once the phase shift was out, then there was no chance. The Thunderclap killed him, and the problem is he couldn't use the orb because he was really the only one in the cog, so it got permanently interrupted when he tried to cast it. So really nice play there by the Clockwork. This time, the Clockwork... you see? That's the last cast. The Clockwork is working out much better than we saw in the first game.
Oh, mid lane toss by Jet. He uses the Thunderclap to slow Spacey down. There's the Impale and he's dropping really low. He has the ultimate if he really wants to. And he has to use it as well, but they don't get the kill because Karak K is coming in towards the mid lane.
But he's still going for it.
Still taking some damage.
Oh, he has to be careful.
But the Brewlings, they have to get away from this. The Chakram is trying to slow them down. And he will come back and he should fall down. There's a 3-man Dream Coil. Licious doing the work. The silence up onto Unstable as well. The Chakram slowing down Arthas. Is there an Eclipse? It gets popped as well. It will hit on Tiny. But is it quite enough? Io keeping him alive for the timing. They're just running away. Chakram misses by Karakay. Now the Clockwork comes in, but he's gonna go down so fast. Another right click mana burn, not quite enough. The toss avalanche combination, they take care of Karakay. Will they lose anybody for it though? Arthas drops really low. Illusion of one more Lucent Beam. There's no mana, but Licious comes in. The toss comes in together with the hook shot. Oh, those kills. Fourth and back as Mitsa on the run.
What did we just see?
He's there as well, getting slowed down by the Drunken Haze. They're gonna go for more. There's the Tether movement speed. Thunderclap to slow him down and get the kill.
Nice fight in there, absolutely fourth and back, and I think both teams absolutely overextended.
Relocate coming out, they really want Space Y as well. There's the Tether slow, right click, triggers the Carapace, but another Thunderclap plus one right click.
Yeah.
What the hell are we seeing? And Timber so coming back as well. He uses the Chakram, it does miss, he gets frostbitten up, mana burned by the Cogs, he Timber chains out, and Fuken on the hunt, but there's Dr. Man, Shock gets the kill, Timber so, oh, he got the Timber chain away, Serpent Ward's deployed as well, John might go down on the IO, he's dropping really low with only 1 armor, somehow still alive.
Oh, and the IO. Oh, he actually tells away.
Lucent Beam, does he have vision? No, the bottle is actually enough to keep him alive. Or is it the Dream Coil is available? He catches John! Io, I think he's gonna go down. Lucent Beam, maybe yes. Mitsa gets the kill.
Okay, this was just, what, 4 minutes fight? I don't know, but it is crazy, and the Tiny even wants to go for more.
Oh, Avalanche gets nicely phase shifted for the most part of it. There's the silence as well. A few more right clicks actually would have done the job, but the team also came in for the help.
Yeah, I think one more right click would have done the trick, but we just looked at what, a 5 minutes fight whatsoever, and they go again.
Oh, Aitlane, yeah, double damage when they down with the Impale. There's the Illusion. Will he come in with the silence as well? No, he won't. And Clockwork gets the kill on Puck in the background. And now Spacey is going down as well.
Okay, this was a gank attempt really gone bad. Like, I didn't even expect the Puck dying there, but like he was really low HP and he didn't go back to base. He got hookshotted and the Rocket Flare actually finished him off, so let's take a breath here. They're gonna get some tower damage up, but they already continue. There's the Timber coming in. But yeah, and really important what we just saw, the blink on the Panda is gonna actually make a difference. But it's 13 in 13, and to be honest, I can't really tell who won anything here, because it was just a fourth and back whatsoever. Just craziness. I like this game already.
Yeah, this Tiny survived for way too long actually, and got way too many tosses out, so getting the counter kills purely from that. But in the end, I mean, it's 13-13, it's... I think actually Balkan Bears got a few more kills, but I'm not sure. And there's the Timber Chain, they're slowing down Unstable, there's the Hex as well. They don't even need to use the Shackles, but they do anyway. Kill secure, Shadow Shaman grabs it for himself, and
yeah,
will they rotate for the tier 1?
Like seriously, it's the third time he dies in exactly the same spot. I mean, after the second time he should have learned, I guess. Yeah,
it's really unfortunate there. He doesn't know where the ward is or whether there's a ward at all. Maybe he just thinks that he's unlucky with the movement of the enemy.
Oh, and Clockwork tried to engage on top, but hookshot misses, and now they have to defend.
EP is in the masses towards the bot lane. Arthas misses with the avalanche. Unfortunately, Serpent Ward gets dropped down. Hex already used on Clockwork, but he doesn't have the hookshot. A Dream Coil comes out as well, but Licious going down to the Brewlings. There's the Eclipse, doing loads of damage, but Mitza goes down in turn and space
The Nyx might die if he actually followed. No, the Fire Elemental does not follow the Nyx there. He would have killed him just with the aura. But anyway, did we just see a 2-for-0 trade? Did really no one die of KPG?
Oh yeah, nobody died. The Crystal Maiden died earlier, so yeah. Even without the hook shot, they won the fight.
But like, the hookshot misses on the Timber in the top lane. He still comes into defend. The Impale misses, the Avalanche misses, and the fight still goes Kompas's way. This is just crazy.
Blink Brewmaster ultimate, too strong.
Yeah, too strong. Panda, too strong.
Oh, there's a relocate top now, Timber, so he should be fine, and he is as well. Timber changed away straight away.
Yeah, I guess it was worth a try.
It doesn't cost them anything. They're just gonna go back towards the bottom lane and maybe even go for the tower. Or unless... No, I thought Balkan Bears actually might maybe camp out the relocate position.
Yep, and the Tiny starts to get farm. Level 8, he got the PTs ready, a stick and the usual start shield still from laning. Like, he got 1700 gold, so Ochre Club point booster either or comes out, or is he actually gonna go for the Arcanum's rush? That's the question. The Cutler's item.
I would think he might go for drums first, but oh, there's the initiation, there's the Hex, Vendetta hit the Impale as well, Lucent P Muse. They need a little bit more. Actually, the Impale misses in the end, and there's a 4-man Avalanche. Rocket Flare as well, they get the kill with the Timber Chain, but hookshot onto Mitza, he doesn't have the Eclipse, he should fall down. There's a Blade Mail as well. Karake actually kills himself into the Blade Mail. Are you kidding me? It's a 2-for-2 exchange, but Dr. Man might go down. There's the Rocket Flare coming out. He should be dead. There's the Tether Slow, a few right clicks. Oh, and Chet comes in as well. He wants Space Y.
Yo, but this time he didn't fake cast the Thunderclap, so actually gets stunned by the Carapace. So nice play there by the Nyx, but it could have also been go horribly wrong. If he would have baited that Carapace, he could have just followed and waited. So yeah, and craziness. Like, I used this little break, just a small break, to show the XP. Kompas leading with 4k and the graph still climbing, and 1.5k for Kompas, but like you see in the recent history of the graph, there has been a fall from back all the way. This is just crazy.
Yeah, it really is. Nobody has a clear advantage, at least not as long as it comes to the fights. But this Clockwork is level 14, 16 minutes in. And he's the highest net worth in the game as well. So that is definitely something good for them. And this Blade Mail made so much work in the last...
the Timber saw absolutely underestimated. Not just that he tried to chain into the cogs, he also used the Whirling Death and everything into the Blade Mail. It was... his HP was dropping faster than he actually realized it. And with that... Yeah, but by the way, I was right, it's the point booster or the Ochre Club. He decided for the point booster, which is, I guess, pretty nice for his mana pool. Oh, in mid.
Yeah, they're gonna relocate in. Chet did get hexed up, he's shackled as well, but there's the hookshot, cancelling the shackle. Two heroes almost going down, the Eclipse comes out, but it won't do enough. Once again, the Blade Mail from Clockwork turning around the damage. Licious is about to fall, and Karake trying to do something. He actually gets the kill on the Clockwork, ends the unstoppable streak.
Still... Oh, the Puck doesn't die. Now the Brewmaster comes back, but he's in trouble. No, actually he's not.
Away.
He TP's out after he blinks into the jungle. So Balkan Bears being outplayed here. The Luna got everything off. She even got the ultimate off, but the Clockwork comes in, hookshots her, Blade Mail on, and the Luna just dies because she has to fight so early. I mean, 17 minutes in and the Luna has... Oh my god.
There's some more action. TP's coming out, Arthas on the run, but there's... Karake coming in from behind, the Dream Coil used as well, and Timber Chain gets the kill for himself, and they get Io as well.
What
and
did
the deny on the tower.
Did he just try to sacrifice that Io into the hands of the enemy? That was like, he tossed the Io and hoped to get the tower, I guess? But it looked so funny because the TPs come, they were supposed to run away, but what does he do? He just tosses the Io and presents them like on a dish, and all they have to do is like get them in. This trade was horrible for Kompas, obviously. I mean, they probably get the tier 1 in mid unless the Timber denies it, but that's not gonna happen. They get the tier 1 of them denied, and they get the tier 1 in return. So really bad trade because 2 bonus kills on top of it, the IO and the Tiny there. And to be honest, I don't like the fact that they're not really focusing on farm, because if the Tiny had the Aghanim Scepter up and everything, that would have been much better. And at the moment, for example, the top lane is absolutely free farm. But what's dangerous as well is Brewmaster just found the invisibility rune, so yeah. Tiny is also doing what I just talked about. Get some farm up here. Like, he is 1,600 short of the Aghanims, and that Aghanims will already make a difference if the fight is clumped up as we saw it before.
Yeah. It's so weird to look that the Tiny is actually lower level than the IO at the moment. It's only 1 level, but still. It's IO, man, stop stealing Tiny's XP.
Yeah, but this is madness though. We look at a 18 minutes game with almost 40 kills, guys. This is just madness. And the funny thing is, usually when you see that many kills, you already see a heavy advantage on either team. But this one is still equal. Like you can't really tell. It can go either way. And with all these long fights, you never know what comes out. Like, I don't know. Sometimes you see half a team wipe, they buy back or respawn back, and then I don't know, they overextend and turn it around. It's absolutely madness what's going on here. And by the way, we not just see the Aghanims pretty soon on the Tiny, we also see the Aghanims on the Brewmaster. I think the Brewmaster is even the closest. He is, yeah, he's 900 gold away. The Tiny is it already clear?
1.1k.
Yeah.
Oh, there's
1.1K.
the Invis rune now. Jet is on the hunt.
Oh,
Spacefy might be in trouble. He has the Carapace. They're going on Karake. There's a nice hook shot coming in. The Blade Mail as well. In the Chakram, and actually this Chakram almost killed him. And the Avalanche finishes the job. He himself started.
Oh, they want to go for more.
Yeah, they're gonna throw Shaman up in there. Spacefy is there, but he might go down as a casualty. Dr. Man definitely gonna fall. The Cogs even used just in case, and Ayo grabs that kill. And actually, Clockwork dropping really low there. He goes down to the Illusory Orb.
Yeah, at least the puck is getting something out of here. But they're gonna keep going, even though it's not a smart decision. The wards are still up if you want to fight around this.
Coming in from behind, the Avalanche misses Luna. The Toss does it, but there's the Eclipse coming around. Can they kill the Ayo at least? The Lucent Beam comes out as well. He can tether away maybe. Yeah, he goes down in the end though.
Yeah, the last hit by puck there. That was too greedy. Like tier 2 tower, no creep wave, and the wards, like diving this, and then on top of that the Tiny. I don't know, maybe he has some lag issue, but it's the second Avalanche he misses already, and it's a very crucial one. If they would have gotten the Avalanche on the Luna there, they might have gotten out with a kill on the Luna and just the Wisp dying, but this way, they just fed a Wisp to the puck, and this is something you just don't want to have, plus the Luna surviving, getting the XP from it, so I don't know, not the best decision there. So, but Panda is now diving the jungle, and yeah, we're gonna see a Plate of Alacrity pretty soon on him, I hope. And then, yeah, the Aghanim Scepter should be finished. The same on the Tiny. Tiny actually got the kill on the Timber. Yeah, he got the kill on the Timber. And yeah, he will have his Aghanims after this stack. So it's looking good, at least item-wise, because the 2 core items for Brew and for Tiny is coming out. Now the Clockwork is on the hunt. He spotted out that the Rasta is somewhere alone here, and he could easily kill him anytime.
He probably could, but maybe he's afraid of just his teammates being around. He is in the dire jungle after all. And Balkan Bears, they're not showing themselves on any other lane, so it would make sense. And now Aghanim Scepter did just get finished up by the Tiny.
Yep.
But they haven't stacked anything for him, so it's not like his farm is suddenly gonna increase by a lot.
No, but it's the building damage and of course the cleave. Oh, did we just... No, I was just hearing things. I actually thought we're gonna see. Oh, he's trying to stack now the Ancients. Yeah, and it's gonna be successful. So 2 Ancient stacks are already falling to the Aghanim. So at the moment the Tiny... Oh, there's a pausing coming. Please no. But anyway, I wanted to display crafts anyway, so this is hopefully gonna take a minute away from the pausing. We have, well, they were above 4k in experience lead, but like with the last fight and the 4th back whatsoever, like they're down to a bit above 2000, so about 2500 still XP lead for Kompas there. But when it goes to gold, well, 2000, it's not much for 22 minutes. This is not too much of a difference. 2k, that is, I don't know, like 2 good kills on something with a killing spree, or I don't know, an Ancient stack for the Luna whatsoever, and then this gold won't even matter. So very, very equal game. Also the kill score telling us that this is equal, 22 to 21. it couldn't be closer.
Yeah, it really couldn't. And like you got a look already at the graphs. It's nothing too big. Kompas Gaming, they have somewhat of a lead at the moment, especially now that Brewmaster is actually finishing up his Aghanim Scepter. That will probably be the biggest thing in the upcoming team fights. But then again, Timbersaw is getting closer to finishing up a Bloodstone for himself.
Yep.
And if he actually gets the Bloodstone and gets a few stacks on it without losing them, it's going to be really hard for
Oh, the
Kompas
maiden.
to take him
They
down.
already blink out the maiden. To be honest, for me, Unstable is too much of a manly player because he's playing support, but he's playing it very manly. I mean, he died 3 times here, and now he farms out stuff. It's just a matter of time till he gets just snacked by the Nyx, for example. Because after all, it's just a crystal maiden, but he plays it like really like a boss. But in a bad sense, as in dying.
Well, he wants some farm, okay?
Yeah, of course, but you're a crystal maiden. You're not supposed to farm like openly in a lane. Like if that Nyx had Vendetta ready and would have been just a bit closer to her, that would have been already a kill. And at the moment the Rasta, well actually the Timber probably ate through this these trees here, and that actually gave them nice vision here. When you stand here you can see into the Roche pad, so you can check it. And Clockwork is having actually the same idea. I mean, it's 23 minutes into the game and there's still no Roshan being killed whatsoever. That's, yeah, this is pretty unusual. This reflects exactly what we are saying all the time. The game is just too even that any team is risking a Roshan at the moment. But saying that, there was just a rocket flare scouting, and as the rocket flare passes by, really nice play there by Balkan Bears. They were waiting till the rocket flare passes by, and then they open and break their smoke. So now, I think this is gonna be uncontested and even unspotted for Shan.
Yeah, most likely the rocket flare doesn't even apply to the right direction at the moment. And like Balkan Bears, the only reason they can actually do Roche is because of the Serpent Wards. If they didn't have those, they just wouldn't have enough damage yet either. But they do get it, Aegis up on the Luna, and she will just feel that much safer in the next fight, able to just even damage himself into the blade mail and not care.
Yeah, but this is a problem now, because like now getting the Aegis up on this, it just gives Balkan Bears the small advantage they need to tip the game over into their direction, because right now everything is dead equal, but with the Aegis now, this is gonna make a huge difference. You have to compare the Luna's farm. I mean, oh my god, the Luna. I don't want to say she got nothing, but for 24 minutes, I mean, she got the Orcu Club now. She's going towards, I guess, a BKB is kind of the obvious choice here, what you need in this game. But she's so far away, like 600 to the Mithril Hammer. I don't know, it doesn't really look good for Luna at the moment.
It really doesn't, whereas the Tiny just picked up a Hyperstone, so
yep.
attacking a lot faster, and yeah, most likely AC. I don't see a Mjolnir being picked up.
Yep, and I actually like it just because the high armor he gets, that definitely helps him later, even though there is quite some magical source coming out though on Balkan Bear's team. Because you have like the Ether Shock, the Lucent Beams, the Mana Burn, the Orb, then the Rift, the Dream Coil, everything. This is magic, and yeah, I kinda would like to see a pipe on Kompas, to be honest, because if they would have a pipe, that would definitely give them like heads up. And yeah, they start to do some damage to the towers now, I hope. At the moment he's hitting creeps and tanking the tower. Balkan wants to rotate, but yeah, Tiny's just saying, okay, we go back. We just did what we had to do.
I do think the Tiny will have to get a PKB eventually.
Yes, I think if he really wants to go deep and dive and dish out the right click he has done with Aghanim Scepter, sooner or later he will do something. And there's coming a flick out by the Rasta. The Rasta did not go for for the Blink Dagger, which is an awesome choice. I think it's very smart, because usually you have the Rasta going for a Blink Dagger for the initiation and everything, but this time he goes for a 4-staff, and considering that there's a Clockwork on the pitch, absolutely nice choice. But look at the Tiny just munching through the tower. At the moment they're playing with Balkan Bears. They're just playing, because they shoot them forth and back from each lane. Like first they blink on the Clockwork, then back on the Tiny, and in the meantime they just split push and get the building damage up.
Yeah, it's... Well, that's what you do with such a lineup. You just farm and split push until you get the crucial items, and then you maybe look for a pick-off and finally go for the push because the Tiny can push like a madman.
Yep, definitely. And yeah, they go again. They go same for the same concept. Like this time the Timber will be waiting, but oh, they open on the clockwork.
There's the Hex, there's the Shackle as well, Impale at the same time, but Chet comes in with the Aghanim's ultimate. Phoenix Assassin about to fall, as will Dr. Shaman. And they're farming up now the Serpent Wars. And they're gonna get Licious as well, maybe. Clockwork dropped really low in the meantime, as did Mitsa. Mitsa, I think he's gonna fall. He gets stunned up by the Earth Boulder. And the Aegis
just the Aegis. And the
Oh,
Timber is
Timber
now
comes in from the backside, gets Clockwork. Licious gets the Crystal Maiden as well. And everybody else on the run suddenly.
But at the same time, Tiny's just saying, okay, they trade evenly there on top, so why don't we just go for everything? Oh, and Panda is actually going versus the Timber man fighting, but he's just like, Timber, you got no stun, I'm out of here.
Oh, now he's coming to the bottom and look at that damage on the Tiny.
Yeah, that's
dropping
what I
so
meant.
low already. There's the Timber Chain as well.
Oh, and the
Chakram
avalanche is
flies
not
where he's
hit.
trying to TP away. There's the Dream Coil to stop the TP. Will there be a real? Okay, no, it was used. Silly me. And there's the Silence with the Vendetta hit from the Nyx. They get the kill.
Oh, that was, yeah, the damage, that's exactly what I said, like Timber with his damage, like level 4 Whirling Death, the Chakram, and of course then the Chains. This is Tiny 70-80% of his HP, even with a Wisp next to him trying to heal up.
And like I was talking about it, the Timber Saw, if he gets his blast down and gets a few charges on it as well, it's so hard to actually bring him down, and he has gotten 3 extra charges since he bought the item, and now 2.6k in the bank. Do you think it's gonna be Shivas or Boots of Travel? Or at least one of those?
Shivas. Pretty sure he's gonna rush the Shivas, because at the moment the burst damage he got is almost killing the Tiny. Just imagine the Shiva would come to it. Not to mention that he was also killing the Maiden and the Io with it, because it's like I'm still wondering how like they sometimes survive with all the damage that's coming up. I mean, mostly they get snacked up after a fight, but I don't know, it's still surprising. I'm kind of disappointed with Tiny dying there, because so far they traded better. It was a 2-for-2 in top. They got some damage on the tier 2 tower there as well, and they got the tier 2 in the bottom lane. But with the Tiny then being killed, like Balkan Bears makes it again a 24-24 on the kill score, and simply because of that it was, I don't know, I guess an equal trade after all. A bit going towards Kompas just for the reason that the tower is down. Still, the Luna just got farmed there, and yeah, the Timber getting really big.
Yeah, it's the Timber and the Puck actually who now just finished up a Sheepstick, which is a really important pickup for them.
Yeah.
It just gives them so much pick-off potential that they didn't have beforehand. But this Luna, I mean, the rate of her farm is so damn slow, especially compared to the Tiny.
Yeah, she's the 6th in the net worth at the moment. This is really sad for someone who is supposed to carry you later. So comparing this then the Tiny Clock and Brewmaster being top and net worth at the moment, it's nice. But then again, I just think that Balkan Bears, they have the more crucial core items up on them. Of course, we talked about we talked about the Aghanim Scepters coming out, which was good, but that was like what, 15 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago. They came pretty nice and timely. But now the Sheepstick on the Puck, this turns the entire page, because the Tiny being hexed, for example, he doesn't do anything, and he got 1900 HP. The only thing he got is now armor, but like as I said, most of the damage coming out at the moment by Balkan Bears, the damage that really hurts, is not physical. That's a big problem, and I don't know, he needs a BKB eventually. You already asked that question like 5 minutes ago, and I think the BKB is something they definitely need before the next fight, or I see this Tiny being hexed up and not doing anything.
Yeah, at least he has finished up the AC, so makes his whole team tankier against the glaives of the Luna, as well as even the Vendetta damage maybe. And mid lane they're gonna catch the Clockwork, the Dream Coil was used, the Relocate comes in, Chet gonna go down before the ultimate on the Brewmaster, and Tiny drops so damn low. Just the right clicks and the magical damage coming out. And now Licious back to full HP suddenly, and can they get anything more out of it? It's a 2-for-1 at the moment. The Clockwork drops really low. Licious, one more right click. Oh god, he needs one more. The hook shot misses as well. And Unstable doing a lot of damage to Licious, but goes down in the end. Pretty impale of the Nyx Assassin. Is it really a 3-for-1?
Yeah. It's a 3-for-1 plus a tower, and they probably even continue. It's exactly what I said. The Tiny relocating in a situation where there is like more than 1500 AoE magic damage just coming around. All the loosened beams, the park, etc, etc, the ether shock, the wards hitting on top of that as well. Like, if he had a BKB there, nothing of that would have hurt him, plus the Wisp healing him, and he would have munched through easily the Luna or the Rasta or even the Puck, if he doesn't get the unlucky shapeshift in the Avalanche. But this way, without a BKB, it's not online, and therefore, yeah, they can't really help it. He goes in and he just dies, especially if he's like one of the solo targets there while the Luna ultimate is rolling. So BKB is absolutely must have, and this was, I don't know, look at the net worth. Now suddenly the Puck just climbed top of the hill there, Tiny just on the 3rd spot at the moment, and the others, they get farm. Suddenly the Luna just found what, 3k farm instantly.
Yeah, it's definitely really good for that Luna. Just getting the levels as well, so the level 3 Eclipse will be there quite soon. And it's surprising how well this Clockwork is still managing to do. He's level 19, but I mean, even though he's the highest farmer, the Clockwork doesn't do as much with farm. They would
No,
like
he
the
doesn't.
Tiny to be level 19.
And he was
have
mainly the reason they got caught out as well. That's the biggest problem. I mean, he was the reason they relocated and engaged, and Crystal Maiden wasn't there. Like the Panda and everything, nothing really worked out. They didn't like collapse into that river line as 5 people. Like by the time the relocate came in, like they were already 0 HP. The Crystal Maiden wasn't even there. It just didn't work out. It was a horrible fight. And you see at this stage, 34 minutes in, if there's a team fight going horribly wrong, then easy way they get 2 towers. And next time this is gonna be maybe even high ground, unless they have the buybacks. And now it's gonna be another Roshan who's not contested, or maybe they collapse now there, and the relocate of the Tiny comes in. Yep, Balkan Bear is suspecting that, and simply because of that,
they rocket flared it out.
Yep.
And Chet, I mean, I don't understand why he just wasn't farming jungle camps at the meantime. He's so close to level 16. He would really want the level 3 ultimate when he actually goes jumping in. But,
yep.
I mean, he's had so much time in the jungle now, but still not farming up just 1 or 2 camps.
Well, at least the Tiny is doing something in the meantime. They bait out some rotations of Balkan Bears, and this is, I guess, a good thing. As I said, after all, with the Tiny, remember like all the Fanatics games, for example, Tiny Wisp, how much damage he can do. If he goes for BKB, and then after that a Manta, they can start at like 50 minutes in or so, they can easily start to just go for backdooring towers. So that forces Balkan Bears to actually go into it. But now Nyx is scouting it out, but yeah, they're too fast. They're just too fast. They're now at the tier 1 tower, and they decided not to go.
Yeah, this tether movement speed is helping them so much here. And they're looking for something. They blink out. Will the hookshot hit? Yes, they're gonna get Karake. There's the relocate coming in as well. The Cogs push him back, but he has the Shiva's card. There's the Frostbite coming in. Do they have enough stuns? Sure, looks like it.
Yeah.
Even the freezing field used and Clockwork gets the kill.
Hashtag overkill. That was so much coming in there. And yeah, Tiny Wisp just go back to their old position. Like entire Balkan they even used the serpent wards here. They thought this fight is gonna continue. Like, I guess they are spoiled simply for the fact that like the entire other fights they dragged on sometimes for 5 and 6 and 7 minutes. Remember what we saw at the start of this game? It was just crazy. I have to actually rewatch this on a VOD just because I couldn't believe it for how long the entire thing was. But Tiny's gonna munch for this tower. The cliff is gonna come out, but Balkan Bears wants to use this time to go for the Roshan. But then again, the rocket flare scouted it out, and as soon as they see the rocket flare, they just go back.
They don't have the serpent wards either anymore for the faster roast, but Karake going in. They want to get the Tiny. Will there be a relocate? It's still on cooldown, and there's the Dream Coil as well. This Timbersaw is doing a lot of damage. Now the sheep with the silence, they get the kill with the Timber Chain, and Ayo in some big trouble. TP cancelled by Jet, thank god, on the creep. And Ayo still running away. The Timber Chain finally comes out to Chakram to slow him down. Whirling Death as well.
Yeah, and there's
There
the
will
fuck.
be a silence. The last right click, is it enough? Yes, it is.
Oh, what a unlucky little wisp.
And the
And there,
meantime, in the mid lane, Clockwork getting hexed up. Will there be shackles as well? Yes, there. Oh no, he didn't use them. He got too late, but finally blinks after them, gets
oh
the
god.
shackles and gets the kill.
What are they doing? Like seriously, I think at some point like the Tiny was just running. The Tether was not ready to heal him, and like also Wisp was not lacking any HP whatsoever, so to heal the Tiny, and I don't know, I think it would have been better if he just turned around and hit the damn Timber, because he was running from here to somewhere there, just running, not dealing out any damage, not even using the avalanche whatsoever. I don't know, it was a really messy fight, and after all, this ended up in 3-0, and yeah, I think Balkan Bears just got the advantage there in kills. Oh, and yeah, Timber just got another kill.
And is he gonna get more? He is slowed down, but he just Timber chains away and there's nothing to hold him. He is really slow with the Drunken Haze, but just Timber chain once again. Gets to save.
They can't pursue him, that's the problem, and Roshan will go down. So they lost another hero. It's now 26-31 in the kill score, and they will get Roshan, even though I've never seen such a slow Roshan at this time of the game. 38 minutes, and Luna just not hitting for anything, like seriously, for nothing. This is 100, she's barely at 200 right click at 38 minutes. The only thing she got is pretty much the drums and the BKB that's like worth to mention. So Luna really has to do better, but at the moment it seems like Kompas is throwing the game pretty much away, giving the time for the Luna to farm up and become really a nuisance. And there,
Yeah,
by the way, Tiny started it. Ogre Club, Hammer already out. I will pop in the crafts as well now. We have a little break here. Yep, Kompas gave away everything they had experience-wise, and Balkan Bass just turned it 5k going towards them. Of course, this is twice a Roshan, but like these bad trades didn't help with it. And in gold, the exact same thing. They had a 5,000 gold lead, and they all gave it away. Now the craft is even going into Balkan Bass hand. So, yep, you can call it throw. Definitely, it would be a legit designation for what they do at the moment.
Yeah, it's so weird. They got a really nice pick off on the Timber Saw, but then suddenly overextended in multiple lanes, almost at the same time as well, just so that nobody could actually come and help them. At least the BKB is now pinched on the Tiny, so
Yeah,
he
that
definitely
actually makes
needs
a
that in the
difference.
fight.
This BKB will make a difference, but then again, I'm not sure if they didn't feed too much at the moment to make this happen. Because as I said, the Luna doesn't have any damage as of yet, but then again, she got the Aegis, and I don't know. We have to see what's happening here, but the IO is going for a BKB as well. Okay, that is interesting.
Yeah, he had the Ogre Club at like minute 15 or something.
Yeah, but still, like I mean, they fought so early and everything. Where's the Mac? Where's the Pipe? Where's the Vladimirs? Where's all the entire team fight things? They don't have any auras. They don't have any team support. It feels like everybody is just playing for their synergy group. So Tiny and Wisp, they go for something, and the rest of the team, I don't know, they go for something else. Now Crystal Maiden is gonna go for, I don't know, BKB as well apparently, but she also
He has
has.
to get the BKBs, but the IO really should have gotten a mech instead of it. And the Clockwork should have started building for a pipe maybe instead of his own BKB.
Yep, definitely. I don't know, this is really weird. By the way, redo the Skype call.
Yep.
There's a pause coming anyway. So I don't know. As I said, the BKBs will be out pretty soon. Like the IO is about, I don't know. Well, she just needs the recipe. We also have the new Skype connection, I hope, working.
Yep, I hope so.
Yeah. No, you're really quiet again as usual. Like your Skype is like the worst fucking thing on the planet. But either way, nothing changed. They had a little pause. I don't even know why. They just said like, okay, G when ready. So I guess this was a puppy pause, just making sure what's the next step. The Shadow Shaman at the moment, he finished his Yule, so he might actually manage to like catch someone in the wards. But then again, it's it's minute 41. Like if you're caught in the walls, you just kill one or two and you get out of there, unless you're shackled. So it's not I don't know. It's a nice item to have early, but now it's really just to evade certain damage, like the avalanche stun, for example.
By the way, did you talk about Puck's Eye of Skadi while I was gone?
Puck's Eye of Skadi?
Yeah,
No.
that's what he meant for. Is it just to kite the tiny around, or?
Well, it's a nice item against the tiny, yes, for kiting, but then again, he could just blow up the supports with a Dagon build, for example. I mean, he still had the Nules from the early game. He could have just gone for whatever. And yeah, I think Balkan Bears, they used a little puppy paws to decide, guys, we go mid. And now the wards are down, and they're still split pushing and not coming back, even though, I mean, they have relocate, but still. The cliff is ready in 2 seconds, so they can use the cliff for...
Oh, there's the
they
hook
engaged.
shot onto Mitsa as well. He has the Aegis, so he doesn't care that much. There's the Brewmaster ultimate, but he's dropping so low already. The Dream Coil on multiple heroes, but BKB popped by Tiny, and he's just wrecking through them. Spacey already going down. Phase shift used by Licious, but is he going down? Mitsa uses his own BKB, but he has to run away from the physical damage. Now Licious goes with the kiting around, but he gets a boulder toss in his face. And Karake is back in the fight once again, doing some damage. But 2 heroes down, the 3rd dropping as well, the 4th about to go down. Is there another Timber Chain for him? Or will the right click be too much? He uses the Chakra with the Whirling Death, and actually, at the moment, might get away, but the hook shot is there to get it.
Really nice. That makes it a double kill. And
They relocate in as well, they want the tier 3.
yeah,
Or no, they just push out the lane. What?
yeah, and the buybacks come out. Like Shadow Shaman and Timbersaw, they buy back instantly. So actually, I mean, absolutely successful. They pushed him out for the cost of tier 3. And the problem is also the racks, like, the wards finished off the racks. So the only good thing is they got the kills. Maybe they should have engaged just a bit earlier, but then again, I don't know, they were looking for the right timing. So the only good thing is they got the kills and they got the buybacks out. But now they have to see that they change something. They have to be more aggressive, because you saw that Balkan Bears, if they want to, you can just go, they push, and it's nothing you can do. Like with the wards and everything, we talked many times about it. Like there can be the best team fight that you have ever seen for your team, but as long as those wards are up, they will do the building damage, and this is exactly what happened. Nobody took care of the wards in the meantime, and they just finished off everything.
Yeah, they were so focused on the kills, and I don't blame them for that really. It's something you just don't notice, that the Mass Serpent Wars are left behind. But this Luna, I
that's
mean,
the problem of the game, because like I think sometimes people forget this game is called like Defense of the Ancients. If you can't defend it and you need your buildings for it, you just lose the game. So with, let's say, 2 kills less here and getting the wards up and the racks healing to full HP, I think that would have been more of a better trade than anything else. But this way, okay, you got kills, gold, some experience, but you lost a set of racks for it.
yeah, it's. I mean, losing your X is so bad, definitely, but it is the mid lane. It's the easiest to push out and just still rotate around. And actually, I think it's the first game I've ever seen a Luna not go for a meta style.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, what is Luna going for anyway?
You
It's a
just
direct
finished off the
butterfly
button.
rush, yeah.
Yeah.
And now the crucial part of the game comes, exactly what I said. Like, Kompas was waiting too long, and now the Luna starts to get farm. And at some point, it really gets crucial. The only good thing is the butterfly is not the best item against the tiny, simply for the reason that the
It
cleave
cleaves.
and everything is still going through. But then again, if you're the only target and you are about to man fight the tiny, then of course, with his slow attack rate and everything, if he misses an attack, that's absolutely crucial for him. So, I don't know. It's sort of a good item choice, but then again, it can be easily countered by tiny just hitting any like adjacent target or adjacent hero.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not too bad that she didn't go for a Manta style. Sure, the Manta style gives her extra movement speed as well as split pushing possibilities and faster push once they win a team fight. But those illusions would get cleared out so fast by the cleave of
To be
Tiny.
honest, I think she might go for a Manta right now. Like after this, why not? Like once your illusions have the evasion, you can use them for, as you said already, for split push. And it's not just about that, it's about simply that if you got enough damage and your illusion get that damage, of course, accordingly, then those claves multiplied by 3, like going through the entire fight, like Maiden and Io, they will have huge trouble with like a triple set of claves just going all the way here.
Yeah, it might become a possibility, but what is Unstable doing in this bottom lane? This Crystal Maiden,
I don't
she just doesn't
understand.
care. She's not with her team. She's like, oh guys, you can do it alone. I'll just give you my aura from far away.
Yep, I really don't understand like the role of the Crystal Maiden in this game. Besides his feat and also like his questionable, I don't know, plays in the other games. Like I mean, you saw it. Like the Earthshaker, for example, was the deciding factor in in their game too. I mean, we casted it, we saw it all the time, and he was just not. I don't know. He was just not going for the right place at the right time, and simply for that reason, I think the game didn't take a lucky turn there for Kompas. And this game as well, the Crystal Maiden, I don't know. She provides an aura. That's it. That's pretty much entirely it.
What do you reckon the Tiny will use his gold for, though? I mean, he has to make a very nice decision on his next item, and so what do you think it's gonna be?
I think a huge chunk of it is at the moment buyback, because they are afraid that if they lose the next team fight, then they have a problem. So there's definitely gold reserved for buyback. Then again, yeah, he needs the next item, and in my opinion it should be something with even more lockdown or damage, so crit or the Manta. Like personally, I would go Red Dota this game, simply for the reason that at the moment Balkan Bears, they are spread out and everything. You can TP to the tier 3, and even through the backdoor protection you can do enough damage. Tiny has the BKB, AC, the Aghanims, and all you need is now the Manta and some damage from the IO, maybe even with Necro Creeps, and this is much more damage than the backdoor protection regens the tower. So simply for that reason, I would go in, relocate, and that's pretty much it. Repeat all the time.
He goes for a Monkey King bar, though. He just wants to be able to man fight the Luna by the looks of it.
Yeah, I don't think this is a good choice. I mean, it gives him more potential in the right click, but as I said, like the Tiny man fighting the Luna, I don't think this is gonna happen. I just don't think this is gonna happen, ever. They will be singled out, the Luna, or the Tiny will be kited, and the Luna will just run away. He will always focus the other targets, and then, I don't know, it won't be a man fight, and for simply that reason, I don't think he needs the Monkey King bar. So, but this is just me. Tiny makes his choices obviously alone, and yeah, let's see
And
how it works
Brewmaster is
out.
leading the charge. He has a refresher or finished for quite some time now. And they're gonna find multiple heroes going in with the Thunderclap, misses everything, gets impaled up, and in the background, Artie is just cheaped up and killed on the Tiny. He doesn't have the buyback. Clockwork is trying to do something, but BKB on Luna just right clicks away. There comes the Dream Coil. A disaster of a fight for Kompas Gaming.
Yeah,
Now a stun onto Shan on the IO as well. He should go down. Licious is slowing down the Clockwork with the Eye of Skadi and just kiting him around. Oh, he gets the hook shot away, so might be safe, but in the background, they're just gonna kill more, I think.
oh, the Imp
They're
actually
gonna
misses,
get
but
Jet, yeah, they're just kiting him as well now, slowing him down. There's the Hex, will there be a Shackle as well? Yes, there is.
yeah, this was just horrible, horrible, horrible. I think this was like the worst case scenario that could have happened. Like the Brewmaster trying to engage, what happens? He blinks into nothing, into absolute nirvana. Even pops out the Thunderclap, which does not hit anything, and the Tiny gets singled out before he uses BKB. Every magical damage, even every Lucent Beam of the Mirana ultimate is just going into him, and like, as I said, it's really cool you have an AC, but you still die to all that magical damage, so I don't know. That was worst case scenario, and I think Kompas just lost the game right here with that fight.
Tiny gonna come wreck everything with BKB now. But he's gonna just get kited. I mean, Puck is going carry build, Eye of Skadi, Crystallis, and now Satanic up on Mitsa as Luna as well.
Yep. Like Kompas did Balkan Bears just a favor by not finishing that game early when they had the advantage. They gave away about 5k experience and gold lead and let the Luna just farm. Now the Luna has farmed, the Puck even went for a carry build because he can. That's the funny part. He's not doing this because it's needed, just because he can, because he got the farm. He doesn't want to go for anything else. The support of Kompas, they don't have any impact. Like, you don't need Dagon build, for example, to kill that Maiden. That Maiden is anyways useless. She's absolutely useless, which is kind of normal for a Maiden, but then again, at this point, at 51 minutes, you hope that your Crystal Maiden, for example, has a BKB and can stand there with a freezing field, you know, buying some time, dealing out some damage before she goes down. But it's the same with the Clockwork. Like, okay, Clockwork, he got now a Halberd and a Plate Mail. But the Plate Mail this time, for example, he focused the Luna again, but it did not do any damage on the Luna whatsoever. Plus,
oh, there's the hookshot. They're gonna get Mitsa with it, but Chet gets sheeped up by the Timber. So actually, no, it was Licious, but Chet gets killed once again before he gets the ultimate off. He's trying to right click. Actually, Mitsa drops low as well, but he's just running away from them. A few more right clicks. Shaman uses the Yule Scepter on himself. Fukan chasing down the Luna. Can he get the kill? The hookshot 5 seconds on cooldown. No, he's probably gonna go down in return. Gets mana burned up, and he's on the run with Blade Mail activated. But Tiny going in as well, actually saving his body for the time being. Impale misses, but Tiny has to back off as well. He doesn't have the BKB, and now Clockwork on the run.
Yep, they want to chase this now, and they actually might be successful if he gets some really long chains off. Yeah, there it is.
There's the Hex on the IO, Impale as well. That's one hero dead.
Yep.
But I think Clockwork should be safe.
he
Oh,
misses.
hookshot misses. Tiny dodges his hookshot.
Oh well. Well, the hookshot is soon ready, so he can actually hookshot to something else. But now you already see. Now, is he using it? That's the question.
Can use it if he wants to. He uses the 4-step. Tiny
He misses
body. Oh, abandoned.
Oh my god. Oh, now I think he's really pissed now. This flings that were typical public flings, like, the fuck you doing? You scrub, stand still, I wanted to hookshot on you. I can hear their voice at the moment.
Twice as well. He must be really mad now.
Yeah, he was really mad. But what I don't understand, he had the creep wave there, and he has Arcanum Scepter. He could have hookshotted into the creep wave anytime, but he was waiting. Instead of going for the huge, big, fat creeps that you can't miss, he's trying to get on the Tiny, like a single target. I mean, Tiny is a big guy, you know, he's hard to miss, but still, why trying a single target when you have the creep waves that I mean, all you needed was like what, a couple units ahead of the Timber, so he can't go for the second sheep and the burst damage. But anyway, I think, I mean, it's the third game for Kompas, and I guess they kind of lost the focus here in the end, because I really think they had the game at mid game. But now
Tiny goes in, but he gets sheep straight away, and he's gonna get bursted down before he can do anything. He has the buyback though, so he comes back straight away. Chet is a piglet as well, silenced up. Will he die before the ultimate? Yes, he will. Yeah. And this should be GG. Artes is doing some damage now. Actually, man fighting quite nicely, but the lifesteal from Satanic might be enough, or no, he actually gets rid of the Aegis now. But he has to run away because there's no Aegis on him anymore. Gets impaled up and gets taken down by a Lucent Beam.
yeah, and the Panda not having buyback. Like the Panda dying again before he can use his ultimate. I mean, this is a Panda with a refresher orb, but he doesn't get his ultimate off. So what's the entire point in it? You know, there's like really no point whatsoever. Anyway, Balkan Bears prevail. They were the patient guys. They traded badly in mid game, and I actually thought Kompas had a chance, but then they had the Luna and just better farm overall. They were patient enough, got Roshans all the way. Nothing was really contested there, and that makes them just a better team. Simply as that. We're done for today. This is all that happens in D2RO for today, but tomorrow, 18, 19 and 20 CET, Group B will be played. Just like on Wednesday and Thursday, the same thing with Group C and D. We are half
Tomorrow we'll actually start 19.
Oh, tomorrow we start 19? Anyway, I will update the schedule anyway, so it's all good for the viewers. Anyway, we are Hafla TV. I'm Haflamouk. With me is Coucher, and that's it for today. I hope you liked it. If you like it, follow on Twitch, like on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube, and read my Twitter about the new stuff coming up. Thanks, guys. See you tomorrow.